When Sega launched the Saturn in 1994, it aimed to redefine console gaming with a strong push into 3D graphics and multimedia capabilities. Yet amidst its launch titles sat a charming, visually striking platformer that bucked the 3D trend. Developed by Sega, Clockwork Knight offered players a vibrant adventure that combined the nostalgia of traditional side-scrolling platformers with the graphical capabilities of the Saturn's new hardware. Clockwork Knight places players in the brass boots of Sir Tongara de Pepperouchau III, a toy soldier brought to life in a world of clockwork, wind-up mechanisms, and living toys. The game's premise is simple yet endearing. Rescue the kidnapped Princess Chelsea, whose abduction has thrown the toy world into chaos. The narrative, though light, is brought to life through expressive pre-rendered cutscenes, something that felt fresh and cinematic at the time. Set entirely within household environments, such as bedrooms, the kitchen, and the attic, the game embraces its identity as a miniature adventure. This perspective gave designers creative freedom to turn mundane household objects into sprawling levels with unique obstacles. Books become walls, pencil sharpeners become enemies, and toy trains serve as moving platforms. In an era where developers were rapidly shifting toward 3D, Clockwork Knight stood out for embracing the Saturn's strength in 2D graphics. It employed a pseudo-3D look, where characters and environments were created using pre-rendered 3D sprites moving along a 2D plane. The result was a crisp, colorful game that resembled a playable animated film. The aesthetic of wind-up gears, gleaming brass, and Toy Store fantasy is consistently charming and well-realized throughout the game's 4 worlds. Character animations were another highlight. Pepper's exaggerated movements, mechanical wind-up motion, and expressive face gave him a personality rare for the time. The enemies, also toy-like and whimsical, reinforced the game's playful atmosphere. Gameplay in Clockwork Knight is familiar to anyone who's played a 2D platformer. Pepper's main weapon is a key that he uses as both a sword and a wind-up device to manipulate mechanisms in the world. He can charge it to deal more damage or activate switches. The levels are short but well-designed, with simple platforming challenges and hidden secrets that reward exploration. Each world concludes with a boss battle, and though these encounters aren't especially difficult, they're visually creative and make good use of the game's mechanics. Despite its mechanical theme, the game's controls feel fluid and responsive, essential for a platformer to succeed. If Clockwork Knight has a flaw, it's its length. The game can be completed in just a few hours, even by casual players. However, its replayability is boosted slightly by collectible items in hidden areas, along with its sheer visual and thematic charm. The game was successful enough to spawn a direct sequel named Clockwork Knight 2, which continued the story and refined the mechanics. Unfortunately, neither title saw extensive re-releases or ports, limiting their accessibility. As Sega shifted focus to the Dreamcast, the Clockwork Knight series faded into obscurity, leaving fans to wonder what might have been had the franchise continued on next-gen systems. In hindsight, Clockwork Knight represents a fascinating moment in gaming history, a bridge between the sprite-based classics of the 16-bit era and the experimental early steps of 3D console gaming. It demonstrates how strong art direction and solid gameplay can create a memorable experience, even without the technical flash of full 3D. While not a system seller, Clockwork Knight remains a beloved title for Saturn collectors and fans of unique platformers. Its rich toy box world, polished presentation, and whimsical charm make it a standout from Sega's 32-bit catalog. For those interested in gaming's transition period or just looking for a creative, lighthearted platformer, Clockwork Knight is well worth winding up.